Welcome to Feldenkrais with Taro Iwamoto. I am Taro, and today I will be guiding you through a short seated mid-back mobility stretching routine. And all you need for this practice is your body, a chair, and your attention. That's all. So let's get started. Great one to do at work, break time, or just a quick, stretching while you're working too. Sitting in a chair and sit on the front of the chair. And interlace your hands and put your hands behind your head, like so. Make sure you're not hiking up your shoulders. Let go of your shoulders, relax your shoulders. And from here, you're going to start rolling the pelvis back, rounding your spine, and as you're rolling the pelvis forward and starting to extend, lengthen your spine, and bring your elbows apart. Okay? So you feel the stretching opening up through the front of your chest. So coming forward, elbows apart, lengthening the spine. Okay? Make sure that you don't overextend your head. And then going back, rolling the pelvis back, bringing elbows together or towards each other, rounding your spine. And reverse. Breathe out as you round your spine. And then breathe in as you roll the pelvis forward, extend, lengthen your spine. And it is important that you're not tensing your shoulders. So check how your shoulder is doing and let go of your shoulders. If they're starting to creep up towards the ears, let go. And take a little break. Very easy, but it could be demanding if your shoulders and the thoracic spine are not used to moving into that direction. So be gentle, don't force it. Next one, very similar to the first one. Same positions, but this time you're going to keep your elbows forward the whole time. But the movement is otherwise the same. Roll the pelvis back, round your spine, breathe out. And roll your pelvis forward. And lengthen the spine, and then you're scooping elbows up towards the ceiling. That's when you start to feel that mobilizing that thoracic spine area, which for many people challenging because they're not used to mobilizing your thoracic spine, your mid-back into that direction. Don't force it again. Breathe in. Breathe out. So think about leading, okay? You're moving your pelvis forward and then scooping the elbows up and leading with the elbows. But think about elongating your spine so that you're not overextending your head and neck. And I am rather mobile and flexible through my thoracic spine. So when you're watching this and you see yourself not moving as well, as much, as far, that's completely fine. Okay, so if you're watching me like, oh, I'm moving so much more, don't worry, okay? Do what fits your body. And let's stop. And then the next one, let's do this. So you can do either interlaced hands on top of your head or behind your head. Either way is fine. But sit neutrally so that the pelvis is more vertical, not back or not overly extended. So find a neutral sitting positions and take your hands and put them either on top of your head or behind your head. And bring your elbows out. And then you're going to lift your right sit bone. Or if it is easier to do the mirror image, your left side. And then at the same time, side bending your torso. So notice my right elbow is going down. At the same time, my left elbow is going up. So this is more of a side lateral movement rather than rotational movements. So your elbows are not, or shoulders are not going to turn as you are doing this motion. So again, lift. As you lift your sit bone, I'm lifting my right sit bone. And then I am side bending my torso to mobilize my ribs and the mid back here. So focus on mobilizing the entire spine, but particularly your mid back without forcing it. And then go in the other directions. Lift opposite sit bones and then side bending. And for some people, actually it's quite common that they tend to use the lower back a lot. So they're just mostly side bending through the lower back and not really mobilizing well through the mid back. So if you're feeling any strain, discomfort around your lower back, and that's likely what's happening. So please pay attention and then see if you can direct that movement more through the thoracic spine. Here. The way to do that is you're going to move your elbows in sideways. One goes up, the other one goes down, and come back. And alternate one directions, come back to the middle, and the other. And take a rest. And then finally, mobilizing the mid back in a rotational plane. So I'm going to start with this side, and you're going to lean onto your arm, lean your elbow into your thigh. My left elbow on my left thigh and leaning forward. And then now from here, I'm going to reach my right arm up as if I wanted to touch the ceiling. Okay, and then come back. Then as you turn and reach your arms up this way, you're going to turn your head and turn your chest as well. To look at your hand, reaching up and coming down. Here. So you don't have to make your arm and make your body move the same way my body is moving, because your body is quite different from my body. But you have to pay attention what you are moving. You're mobilizing, okay? In this case, and focusing on mobilizing your chest, your thoracic spine. Up. And don't hold your breath. So it's quite possible you only reach into this point, that's fine. Okay? But if the thoracic spine stops moving, then you're trying to just move your arms back, and you may strain your shoulders, so be careful. It's not so much about moving your arm back, but it is more about mobilizing your chest. Okay, so focus on that. And now switch. Lean the other elbow, form onto your thigh, and then reaching your arm up towards the ceiling, turn in your chest, turn in your head. Don't hold your breath. All right, how did that go for you? And probably mobilize the area that is not usually mobilized, right? And this is, for many people, very, very stiff area. And if you are having neck stiffness, shoulder stiffness, and this mobilizing the thoracic spine is very, very helpful. And so I hope you enjoyed this one. If you want to improve your back pain, be sure to grab your free movement guide to pain-free back at the link below.